Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kotcyn. I'm Dennis, and today we're going to install WordPress on DigitalOcean. During this tutorial, we're going to install a scalable WordPress website on the DigitalOcean platform. So let's get started. First of all, what we need to do is go to DigitalOcean.com. Now, if you haven't already signed up for DigitalOcean, go ahead and do so. But if you have, go to the login screen and click it. It'll bring you to a web page similar to what this one is. And there's several ways you could, what they call spin up a droplet, and that's DigitalOcean's term for an instance for this web server. But what we're going to do, we're going to use the create button. And when you click that button, the first line underneath it is the droplets. So click the droplets button. It's going to bring you into the option page. And what we're going to do is create a droplet. Now, I live in the United States, so I'm going to pick one of the two ones we got listed, New York or San Francisco, but you pick the one that's closest to you. And then you go down and you see that choose an image. You could choose any of these distros or these Linux distros, but what we're going to do a little bit easier, we're going to go ahead and just go to Marketplace and click it. Inside of Marketplace, you can see the first thing that pops up is WordPress out of all the rest of them. It's a very popular one, so it's at the top of the list. We're going to click and highlight WordPress. We're going to choose the type of droplet we want, and we're going to do the share CPU because that's what a small, medium website, that's basically all we need. Now, on the CPU option, you could go with either SSD, standard SATA SSD, or the premium NVMe SSD, which is our faster. I'm just going to leave it on premium AMD, and then I'm going to go and select $7 a month one. Remember when I told you it's scalable? So when you start getting more traffic or more bandwidth used or whatever the case may be, you can always come back and change it and upscale or downscale when needed. Now, let's go on down. You got to create a passcode. So look at the requirements and make sure that you're creating something that is to what there shows be. All the green should be lit up when it is. Now, what you do is go to Advanced option. Click Advanced option, and you see this Enable IPv6. That's basically the future of the IP address. The IP4 addresses are getting harder to come by. I mean, we're going to get one and everything, but they're scared that they're going to run out of the IP4 addresses. So they come up with this IPv6 version. Longer numbers combined with letters. And that's what we're going to you just enable that. Let's future proof it for you. Then the last thing we're going to do is host name. You can change it, leave it like that, whatever the case may be, but it's on you. Then when you get through, just verify it is the right amount you want to play, and then click Create Droplet. Now when you create that, it's going to start spinning up this instance, or in DigitalOcean terms, droplet. Of course, it doesn't take long. It usually takes just a few minutes to do this, and when it does, we'll go ahead and get it taken care of and go from there. Well, let's do. Let's see. There we go. It took a little longer than normal, but it gave us our V4 address, IP address. So here's the thing. You don't need a domain name, but it's recommended because a domain name is easier to remember than some 45-55-175. You get the picture. So you can use Namecheap, Word, or GoDaddy, Port Buns. There's numerous company that sells you names out there for domains or whatever case. In my case, I'm going to use Namecheap. So go down here and copy your name. And if your name uses Namecheap, just go to namecheap.com, take you to this website. Go ahead and sign in. When you sign in, it's going to bring you to a page similar to mine. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use omnimajestic.com, and you see this manage button. I'm going to click it. And when I click the manage button, it's going to bring me to this site. And on this site, it's got the domain, advanced DNS. You see what I'm talking about? Click the advanced DNS tab right here. When you click it, it'll bring you into this site where the advanced DNS is highlighted. And this is where we're going to paste our IP4 address. So go down to add new record, click it, and we're going to add an A record. And since we're adding an A record, the @ symbol is all we want to put in the host section because we're putting bare, in this case, omnimajestic.com in there. So all we need is that. Now on some other ones it may be a little different. Then we're going to paste in the value, and it's time to live, TTL. Leave it as automatic and click save. And once it saves, I don't know, just let me click save again. It's trying to save. We're going to go ahead and add a new record. And then we're going to add another new A record. And this time we're going to add a subdomain, www. That's when we're putting it here. But here's the thing, y'all. You can actually add a CNAME record. It'll work for www just as well as an A record. But they say A record is supposed to be the bare metal, right down to the metal. A little quicker. But probably not much. And then we're going to click and hit save. But that IP6 address I told you to save? It's not here. So this is how we go back and get that. We go back to DigitalOcean. We got to click into our droplet. Now you see the IPv6 version sitting right there. What we do, we copy that, go back over to your advanced DNS domain setting, and we're going to add a new record. But here's the thing. This time we're going to add a quad record, quad A record. Same way, the @ symbol. And then we're going to paste the v6 address and hit save. And we're going to do it one more time. Quad or CNAME, either one you want, for the subdomain. Paste it and hit save. It might take a few minutes. They say several hours. I have not had it take that long for me, but it could take a little bit in order for it to propagate. Of course, you can always go to a website called whatsmydns.net, whatsmydns.net, and put your name in. Select what you want to check for. In this case, we're going to check for the A record and see if it's starting to propagate. And of course, you see it is. We'll check it for the quad A record, see if it started. There you go. So we know that it's in there, it's propagated, it's starting to go. So we could go ahead and go to Omni Majestic. And when we do, it's an unsecured site right now. And that's fine, we're going to get it. But we see the basic WordPress or DigitalOcean setup. And what it's doing is telling us that we need to log in our droplet with an SSH, which is secure shell, to configure this. And you do this via terminal. And you can use one of your own terminals, but what we're going to use is the terminal that's built in WordPress. So let's go back to WordPress. Then I want you to go down here to the word access and click it. And as you can see, it says Droplet Console. What we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and launch this Droplet Console, and it's going to bring the internal terminal system up, and it's going to go through all this stuff. And while we're in here, you see the domain, subdomain. This is where you type in your domain name that you selected. In my case, it's going to be omnimajestic.com. Omnimajestic, more years will be whatever. Now is asking for an email. So type in your email. Mine is Kotcyn at outlook.com. And this what it's doing now, y'all. That's your username for your WordPress backend to log you into the system. You already got all the others taken care of. So remember, this is your WordPress name. So you put anything you want to put in it and hit enter. And this is the passcode to get into it. So make sure you get that done. Now, what do you want your name of your blog, your website, or wherever? I'm just going to put Dakota's Dad. If I can spell my name. And then, is everything correct? Yes. All right, here's the good thing. It wants to install Let's Encrypt onto the website in order to make your website HTTPS compatible. The S stands for secure. You want your website secure. So let's hit yes and enter. Again, it wants us to enter our email. So just enter your email and click enter. And it wants to know, you must agree to terms. We're going to agree to it. We're not going to any marketing or anything like that. For me, no. And look what it's going to do. It's going to activate HTTPS for these two names. And that's what I want. So I'm going to hit enter to do it. And it could take up to maybe a minute or so, but it's usually not that long. But we could wait through here, and it'll allow you to see what's going on as it's doing it instead of for me stopping the video until it got done. Because sometimes it's better just to see what it's doing. It's installing everything's complete. The WordPress setup successful, unlocking packages, installing plugins and everything. So it's all good. Installation is complete. It says now we can access our website in our browser. So let's go back up to our website and see if we can activate that website now. There we go. Now this website is secure. It set up my blog name, and this is the most recent version of WordPress and everything. So that is awesome that it's got set up. And you can test the www out and all that. But here's the thing. We need to get to the back end to log in. So go up to the top. Did you notice the HTTPS symbol? It means secure. So we done a good job. I want you to type the /. I don't know what I did here, so stand by, y'all. All right, let's go. So we're going to type the /. Then we're going to type in WP-ADIM, WordPress admin, basically. And that's going to bring you to the back end of your WordPress site. Remember that when you was doing that, you had to type in your username, type that in, and your passcode right now, and hit login. And then when it logs in, guess what? This is your back end of your new WordPress website. Of course, it's already needing some updates. Make sure you get everything updated. So we're going to click update, see what's going on. And see, it says they can make a few tweets and automated fill update. So we can update our version of website, which you definitely want the new version. So let's just update the version of the website. Just go through there and make sure everything's good. But now you know how to install WordPress on DigitalOcean and everything. And then we got everything taken care of. Everybody like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.